Hey YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back. Today we are doing a Scareclaw deck profile. So this deck is a pretty fun deck, especially with the new stuff that just came out recently, and Photon Hypernova. We got two new cards, Defanging and the Cashier of Scareclaw. I am running both of those. This is post Photon Hypernova. I did get the cards last week at my locals during our sneak peek. But yeah, let's get straight on into this. This is a really fun deck. It's pretty much a one-card combo, no matter which name you open, as long as it's not the Cashier one, because he requires another card. But I'll get into that when I get to it. I'll even show you just the one-card combo at the end, just to let anyone who's not familiar with this deck become a little bit more familiar, and that way share the knowledge. But anyways, let's get straight on into this. I'll start with the main deck with the monsters. So we are running three Scareclaw Reichart. Now he is the Avisa Starfrost card of the deck. He adds a spell trap whenever he is summoned, and with all of the Scareclaws, they can summon themselves next to one. Say I normal summon him, I can special summon him next to him, or if we have one of the links in the EMZ, we can special summon it underneath it. It special summons itself to the column or an adjacent monster zone. In the column or the monster zone, next, I am running three of all of them. We're running Balloon, the Piercer, Astra, the multiple attacks, Acro, the attack booster, and then two of the new guy, the Cashier Scareclaw. So all of these level 3s are Earth. The Cashier guy is also Earth. I do run Elsa in the extra deck, and I do run Dark for the Reichart. Besides them giving them the 3s giving the other effect, the attack boost, 300 for each defense vision monster, an extra attack, it allows Tryhard to attack multiple times up to the number of defense vision Scareclaws you control. Balloon does piercing, and then the Cashier Scareclaw actually is an honorary super heavy samurai. It does attack while in face up defense position, and then anytime a Scareclaw monster battles or is involved in a battle with an opponent's monster, the effect of that monster is immediately negated, and it is for the rest of the turn. So if it's something that progs whenever he does not activate, just to let you know, he does not activate, it just negates. Next, I do run, since this is a pure build, I don't run Tri-Brigades or anything, I am running 3 Parallel Exceed. This really helps if we get stopped with our combo. It also allows us to do a rank 4 when we summon the Tryhard, as long as we haven't used the Tryhard effect yet. This allows us to go into Dweller or Baguska, depending on the matchup, And then I am running some hand traps. I'm running 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Springs, 2 Valor, 2 DD Crow, probably swap this out here for Book of Eclipse, and then 2 Nibiru, just because this card is absolute nuts in this deck. I cannot stress this enough. This is probably the best hand trap to run in this entire deck. I would run it at 3, but some decks do not combo off hard enough to run it at 3. This has a really good interaction with a card, one of our spell cards, which can make Tryhard go ballistically nuts. Anyways, that is it for the monsters. Let me scoop these up here, and then let's go straight on into the spells. So the spells, we're going to start off with triple field spell. It is Primitive Planet Reichphobia. I do like the artwork on this card. My camera's not going to be able to grab it really well, but it's Reichart sitting on a throne with the three level 3s in like a fighting pit while Visas is arriving in the background. This is a searcher for Rotifer monster. It also decreases the attack and defense of all monsters your opponent controls for each defense vision monster on the field, and if there are 3 or more defense vision monsters just on the field in general, not just yours, not just your opponent's, you just get to target a card on the field and pop it. Do not forget that. That is very common to forget, just because you're so used to just wanting to add with it. Now, this is a controversial card with the next one. This is a great card, though. I do run it at 3. The Link one does search it, but we do want to see monsters as much as possible. This is literally Prank Kids, but just Links instead of polying for Battle Butler. Next card, I do only run 2 Arrival. Now, don't get me wrong, I would love to run 3. Unfortunately, I can't find the space for it. My list right now is at 40 cards even. 2 Arrival is perfect, though. It's a non-once per turn Monster Reborn, target the monster, the Scareclaw or the Visas in the grave, special summon in defense position, and it does also have a destruction replacement effect. If it is in grave and someone tries to pop your Tryhard, you can always just bloop, banish this instead. So yeah, great stuff. Next card, I do run 2 Defanging. This is one of the other new card from Photon Hypernova. If your opponent can't target Scareclaw Link monsters or Visa's Starfrost you control with card effects, and they can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And then every monster that's destroyed by a Scareclaw monster or a Scareclaw Link monster, or a Visa Starfrost that you control is banished instead. And then you can banish a Scareclaw Link monster from your field or graveyard. Field's rarely ever going to happen, but you can do it from either one. You banish it, target a card on the field, pop it. So it's target protection, destruction protection, and it gives you an extra pop per turn with your field spell. Absolutely great. Now, I do run one of the next card, which is the card I was talking about with Nibiru. It's super searchable. I run 1 Straddle, so it has 2 effects. It can protect, so if a monster effect, or not a monster effect, if a card effect targets a Scareclaw monster or a Visa Starfrost in your monster zone, if it targets a Scareclaw monster or a Visa Starfrost I control, negate the effect, negate the activation, just says negate the effect. And then it also has the other effect, which is the main reason why you use this, is with Nibiru, it is a quick play, so you can do it during the battle phase. It'll target your Scareclaw Link monster or Visa Starfrost. Actually just says target a Scareclaw monster. So you can even do it with, Cashdira Scareclaw if you want to. And then target the opponent's monster. It gains attack and defense equal to the opponent's monster's attack and defense, whichever one's higher. So say you target the Nibiru token with the big rank, the Link 3 guy. He is going to go absolutely ballistic. He's going to gain a few thousand attack on top of being able to swing multiple times and pierce. It's just absolutely nutty. A couple more cards, though, that spells that I do run. Just 5 more here. I do run triple Dark Ruler No More. Just a really good card. If you do have to go second, unfortunately, won't be able to kill your opponent. If you would rather run the Book of Eclipse in place of this and still keep the DD Crows in the main deck, by all means, you still can. It is still a good option. And then, just because we can, we run the 1 Broda, so we don't have to search the Reichardt off of the field spell if we don't have to. And then a Called by the Grave, because hand traps suck. I can't stress that enough. Like, they are terrible against this deck. As in the deck suffers against them. You get ashed, you get impermed, you get veilered at the wrong time, and your whole turn's just done. You have to just pass. But yeah, that's it for these spells. Not much to say there. And I do run 2 traps. So I run 1 Splash and 1 Twin Saw. So the Scareclaw Splash is an Omni Negate. Does not destroy, just negates the effect. But you have to have a Scareclaw Link monster. While you control a Scareclaw monster in the EMZ. Yeah. You can send this. It sends itself while it's face up to the grave to negate. And then you can, once per turn, target a Scareclaw monster or Visa Starfrost you control. It can attack and defense position that turn. It's okay. You're never going to use that effect. If you're searching this or if you open this, you're going to use the negate. And then Twin Saw is our honorary Blackout. Swordswell Blackout. This card is nuts. I love it so much. So Twin Saw gets to target a Scareclaw monster and target 2 cards your opponent controls. Destroy all of them. And if you do, if you control Visas, you get the extra effect. You banish, I think it's banish them. Yeah, banish them instead of destroying them, sending them graveyard. And then it has the other effect, which is one of the reasons why you run this. If you're versing a Link deck, you will never side this card out. You can banish it from the grave as long as you control if a Link 3 or higher is on the field in general, not just yours. He is a Link 3 though, so this is the reason why that's the restriction. You can banish it from the grave, and then it negates the activated effects of all. Neither player can activate the effects of Link monsters on the field the rest of the turn. So it protects Tryhard. I do try to end on aggro for my monster here in case I do get a Link monster. It's got to get a little bit bigger, and this does also prevent Unicorn and access code from trying to get rid of it. Access code, though, if he does try to pop it, you can just replace it with Nova. Arrival. It doesn't activate, so you're not activating anything in response to his effect. You don't have to worry about it. It's not like it's going to do anything bad. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. Just the 2 traps. I think it's all you need. Sometimes I do see myself siding out Splash. I do prefer Twin Saw more as a card. Just because I think it has better utility in the deck. But yeah, next, starting on the extra deck, we are running 3 of the Link 1. This is your field spell Rhoda. Now, it also, on top, so you can link summon it with a Scareclaw monster or Visa Starfrost. And then you can add, so you can, I think you can only use a monster in the main monster zone. Yes, you can only use a monster in the main monster zone for its link summon. So if it gets negated here, you can't link for another one, which would be kind of dumb. Yeah. But it searches your field spell, and then once per duel, if it's in the grave and Visa Starfrost is on the field, you can always just summon it back. It is a once per duel effect, so just be wary of that. I don't think that Visa's is good enough in this deck to actually warrant running it. I do own a copy of him if I do decide to, but yeah. Like I said, I don't really see it. And then next, our big guy, running 3, since this is a pure build, running 3 Tryhard. He is the bread and butter of the deck. He is your towers. He switches everything on the field to defense position. He's unaffected by the activated effects of defense position monsters. And then once per turn, soft once per turn. So if you link him out multiple times, you can do this multiple times. Target a level 3 Scareclaw monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and then add a Scareclaw monster from your deck to your hand. And then you're locked into Scareclaws for the rest of the turn. Not too bad of a restriction, but it can be a problem. Sometimes it just really stinks that I wish I could go into like Gossip Shadow or like a Cicada King afterwards, but it's okay. I do run the IP Masquerena in case if I really have the resources to go into this before Tryhard. That way I can really make sure he's protected. Like I said, I run the Alsa and the Dark. At my locals was actually it's actually on Thursday, so I just had it. I just got home about an hour and a half ago. Before making this video, and I actually got to make this against Kashtira and stole Fenrir, and I got to use the Fenrir effect to banish the Shangri-Era face down. He did not like that. After that, though, I do run a Phoenix and a Unicorn, pretty self-explanatory utility cards. You could switch this for whatever you'd like. If you would rather it be like a Baron Blossom or whatever you want. You could change one of these for an Appaloosa, not the Appaloosa, the Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. I would probably take out the Phoenix, keep the Unicorn in, just because you do run the IP line and the Unicorn. I do run the one Shureg. I was thinking about putting in a Revolt on the side just for the lulz. And then for Ixies, I run a Cicada King for Monster Negate. If I had a Bamboozling Gossip Shadow, I most likely would run it. A Dweller for graveyard matchups, and then a Baguska. These 2 are self-explanatory. If you get the Tryhard and you don't have to use the effect, and you open the X-Seed, you can make one of these on top of it. Blindly, though, with this deck, I do go for Baguska, because if they take either one of these, they cannot do anything. They have to waste the battle phase. If they do take it with Mind Control, just remember, they cannot attack with him. I had that actually come up earlier, too. I made sure my opponent knew that. He tried to swing, but I was like, you unfortunately cannot. You activated Mind Control on him. But anyways, that is it for the deck. Quickly, though, I will show you the combo. I'm just going to set that off to the side here. So, any one Scareclaw monster. We'll just take these 2 for example. So it's slightly different either way you do it. So it's your normal summon. You'll add, where is it? Arrival. You'll link off. For the Lightheart. Lightheart effect is going to add your field spell. Field spell. You'll activate field spell, use the Rhoda effect on activation to add, whatever name you want. you will then special this to the column it is in, because it's in an adjacent column or an adjacent monster zone, like I explained earlier. Then you can activate the arrival, summon this back. Remember, it does put it in defense position, and then you have this for the protection engrave, and then you have your 1 card Tri-Heart. I would do a test hand. Unfortunately, I am not the savviest on how to edit videos yet. I'm still trying to get used to all that. But if I did, I would cut it out right now, and I would show you guys how to do like a random, you know, because I'd have to pile it, but let's see if this is okay enough. It's probably not going to be, but we will try. So, Balloon, Defanging, Dark Ruler, Defanging, Astra. So this is full combo. You can activate both of these if you'd like. I'd keep one in hand. Activate it. That way when you normal and you link, can't be targeted by the card effects when you activate the effect for the Rhoda field spell. So add the field spell. Activate field spell. Then you can add the Reichardt. Since you do have an extra monster, your special, sorry, I don't know what I was talking about. Your special, you'll add your arrival. You don't have to add the arrival in this case if you don't want. I would probably add the Twin Saw. And then we would, so we have this in hand. You can special this. You can link these 3 off for the Tri-Heart, and then Tri-Heart effect, summon back, either one of them, add, I normally add a follow-up Reichardt, and then you have, so you still have 3 cards in hand. You have a Pop 2, I don't like to put them in the same columns because I fear Mech Knights. So you still have 3 cards in hand. You have the Pop 2, and then the Link Monster negates, and then you have the towers here. It's in all really simple, really fun deck. It does have the potential to OTK insanely, and I love it for that purpose. But yeah, that is actually it for the deck. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me put these here. Put these back. Whoop. There we go. Make it all pretty. Okay, that is actually it for the deck. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you have any suggestions or anything for me, please let me know. I do know before the ban list that's coming out here on the 13th, you could use the Tri-Brigade Airborne Assault to target one of them and summon out the barrier statue. Unfortunately, you will no longer be able to do that. But yeah, but that is actually it for today, guys. I hope you have a good one. See you in the next one.